Howdy. It is now 11 o'clock at night, and I have had too much caffeine for my own good, so, well, that and I'm bored. So I feel like telling y'all how I met Farley, because if you've seen any of the videos, you know me and him like to yell at each other. So me and Farley have known each other about 8 to 10 years now. To put that in context for, like, some of what's coming up, essentially, I am currently 22, and Farley is about 3 or 4 years younger than me. Meaning he was only around 10 when I first met him. This man, the way I became, I guess you could say, friends and started playing games with him was he would decide to constantly join Xbox parties with me and Jakai when I first met him. He would join. Jakai would always kick him and tell me to kick him, make the party invite only, whatever, because he was annoying. He just kept doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. And I just eventually kind of gave up. I was like, look, I'm tired of constantly having to go in and make the party invite only. Just let him fucking join. I don't care. And so for like a year, year and a half, 2 years, whatever, after I knew Farley, I played with him because other than him, all I played with was Jakai and I think Jakai's cousin at the time. And so, you know, for those like 2 years, first 2 years I knew him, I absolutely fucking hated the guy. He was extremely annoying, doing everything in his power to piss people off, which hasn't changed. He still does everything in his power to piss you off. I will say that with full confidence. He does everything he can to make us mad, and I know he does. But he's gotten a lot less annoying, I can say that. He did a lot of dumb shit, and just was purposefully always super annoying. And I know, you know, when everybody's annoying when they're younger. I mean, like, I was only like 14 when we first met him, so I'm sure I was also annoying. But just the levels of annoying that Farley had as a kid, and mind you, him and Jakai are close, like extremely close in age, a year apart if less. But Jakai was a lot less annoying. Same goes for his cousin and anybody else I knew that was around the age. They were significantly less annoying. So, yeah, I mean, there's that. I guess another fun fact I can add in is, even though I do not call him by it, I know Farley's full legal name. It has never been mentioned once in a video, I don't think. But I know his first, middle, and last name. I just refuse to call him by them. I guess it's mostly just something you get used to. I've known him as Farley for years before I knew his name. At this point, there's no point in changing it. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of a fun fact. Let's see what else. Farley also did some really dumb shit. Back in like OG Fortnite, this man sat there and it was back like around the time Tilted got added. And we were in that like one river area right outside of Tilted Towers, and we're getting like shot at by a team. And we're trying our best to stay alive, and Farley was behind him. He's like, don't worry, I'm flanking him. This man thought flanking was being on the opposite fucking side of Tilted from where we were standing. And we were yelling at him. We were like, I thought you were flanking them. He's like, I am. We were like, motherfucker, you're on the other side of Tilted. Oh, by far, though, one of my favorite stories of something Farley has done. And he absolutely hates it when I tell this story. He hates to be reminded of it. This was years ago. Again, he was a much dumber person than he was a younger kid. He once got killed by D.Va in Overwatch 1, and he got mad about it, and he said, fuck you, you non-Asian bitch. And everybody we were playing with, I think it was me, Jakai, Jakai's cousin, and Farley, all three of us were incredibly confused. We're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what do you mean non-Asian bitch? And he was like, well, D.Va's Korean, she's not Asian. And we're like, the fuck do you mean? Koreans are Asian. And he's like, no, they're not. They're Korean. We had a 30-minute argument about this man, with this man, trying to explain to him that Koreans are Asian. They live in Asia. And it was such a ridiculous argument to get him to understand this shit. And I mean, y'all have seen some really stupid arguments that we've had on here before, but me and Farley, we like to get into stupid arguments where we're arguing about the dumbest shit. I don't know. That's just goofy shit. I've done some pretty dumb shit too, though. Where I work in fast food. I work in customer service, fast food, whatever you want to call it. And the place I work, we sell like coffee and donuts and sandwiches and stuff. I think the store opens at 5 o'clock, 5 a.m. I have to be there by 4. And on this particular day, I had not had much sleep, and so I'm sitting there, I'm taking this lady's order at the drive-thru, and she asks if the one sandwich we have comes with bacon on it. And in my infinite wisdom, I responded back, the sourdough comes with sandwich. The only excuse I have for why I responded with that was that I was half asleep. I mean, she like kind of giggled at it, and it took me a few seconds after hearing her laugh to realize what I said, and I corrected myself, like, I'm sorry, the sourdough sandwich comes with bacon. There's been quite a few things that have happened. I've technically worked in 2 different stores, so some of these are coming from another store, but originally I worked with Austin. Let's see, the main one I'm thinking of was, there was a day that Austin was at the drive-thru window, and I was just going between like the front counter and making like coffees and stuff. And this lady came through, and she had a really heavy accent, and the person taking her order was having trouble understanding her, and she was kind of getting frustrated, which, okay, you know, it's understandable, but because she was getting frustrated, instead of just being calm, she was kind of getting an attitude back, and I guess the people or the guy who was taking her order and the person who was making food, they weren't happy with the attitude that she was giving, so they decided to be snarky, not snarky back, but I guess you could say they decided to be a little bit of assholes. They didn't do anything major, but she wanted a croissant with just butter on it. So they decided to be a little bit dickish, because normally, you know, we'll put the butter on, whatever, and then we'll give it to the customer. They decided it was a good idea to put the butter on the side, because she wanted to, you know, give attitude. Which, a little unneeded, but it is what it is. It's not a major deal. Well, this lady, I guess she was angrier than I thought, because I could hear her taking the order, or I could hear her when they were taking the order, and, you know, I could tell she was frustrated, but I just thought she was a little bit irritated. Well, when she got the croissant and saw that the butter was not on it, but was rather on the side, she threw it back in the window at Austin, threw it back in the window at the kid with one hand, and then just sped off. And that's the most confusing part to me, because, yeah, okay, I get complaining, but you already paid for your order. What is the point in throwing it at the person who didn't even make it in the first place, and then speeding off without the rest of your order because you're mad? You just lost fucking money. This is a quick one, but I know we have a bunch of flavors that obviously you can add to coffee and whatnot. There was a girl who lifted one up by the little pump we have in it, and the pump wasn't screwed on right, and so the entire bottle dropped it was a mocha flavor. The entire bottle dropped and spilled everywhere. And she was so upset. I kind of feel bad for her that happened, but she was so goddamn upset. But it was funny to watch. I mean, maybe I'm just an asshole, but it was kind of funny to watch. There was also a lady at the one store who, one of my coworkers, his family, they're Hispanic, and he made a snowman. It was around Christmas time. He made a snowman, and he wrote something on it on Spanish. I don't remember what he said he wrote. He wrote something on it in Spanish. And so this lady pulls up to the drive-thru, and she sees it, and she says something about it. I don't remember exactly what, but then she says, she asks what's written on it, I think. And then he says something about it being in Spanish. And she's like, well, this is America. We don't speak that here. And that story is, obviously, it's offensive. She was just racist as shit. But it makes me laugh because it's like, America is literally known as the melting pot. We are a conglomerate of many different cultures. So half the population, not half the population, but a lot of the population does speak Spanish. There are a lot of people that speak Spanish in America because we are this melting pot. There are a lot of different languages spoken here. And just thinking about the fact that she doesn't understand that a lot of people do speak Spanish in America, it just makes me laugh. Of course, the ladies, bitch for that, but I forgot to mention when I was originally recording this story that the manager was actually close by at the time that the lady said this. This like racist ass shit, and the manager like basically walked over to the window and was like telling the lady like, you know, that's not okay. Like you can't be saying that's my employee. Basically just saying to the lady, essentially in the nicest way possible, that that's fucked up.
Oh.
I think I've told you before that CC likes to climb on top of my cabinets, right?
Yeah.
I just got her down an hour ago. Wouldn't you guess right after messaging you what I had to go fucking do?
Get her down from there?
Yes! I don't know what her fascination with climbing up there is. She just loves doing it. I know they like high places, but this is just excessive. So you want to hear something that I think is funny as shit?
What?
So, I think I made the one girl, Kiana, I think I made her mad at me today.
Why?
So, we were at work, right, and people were, you know, she was taking orders, whatever, that's fine. But several different people, when she took their order, they ordered hot drinks, and she somehow misheard them as ice, even though everybody in the store would try to correct her when she'd say ice, because we all heard it, and she just didn't, somehow. And so, after like the 4th or 5th time, I asked her, I was like, you know I and O are different vowels, right?
That's funny.
And she kind of just said what, and then didn't really say anything else after that. I don't necessarily know if I made her mad or if she didn't understand, but yeah.